Hey kids of faith, welcome. I'm so glad you could join us this morning. Even though we can't be together physically, we can still meet together virtually and have a good time together and learn together. So I'm glad you're here. Something I want you to think about. Have you ever played Pin the Tail on the Donkey or some kind of a game like that where you're blindfolded and you're trying to find something? Or if you've played maybe a piñata at somebody's birthday party and you're trying to hit that piñata, but you're not sure exactly where it is because you can't see it. There's another game where somebody's blindfolded and then another friend tries to get that blindfolded person from point A to point B just by giving verbal commands. And it's so hard because we're so used to using our sense of sight that when that vision is taken away, we feel really lost. So hold that thought. But first, we're going to go check and see what Mr. Fricks is up to this morning. We'll be back in a minute.
I have a question for you, and my question is this. Do you know how many senses God created you with? All right, in the back?
Touch.
Touch, good one.
Smell.
Smell, and I'm going to count. That's 2. In the very back?
Hearing.
Hearing, great. 3.
Sight.
Sight, that's 4. We've got 1 left. Do you know what it is?
It's something with your tongue.
Something with your tongue?
Yeah.
What does your tongue taste? Good job. We've got all 5. That's right, there's 5 senses. What would it be like in your life if you couldn't see? Lucy?
You could just run into stuff or fall off a cliff.
Run into stuff, that'd be bad. Falling off a cliff, that'd be worse. So we're going to do an experiment here where you are going to lose one of your senses. Can you guess which one it is?
Smells.
Nope.
Sight. Sight.
Not going to be that easy. Sight, that's right. We're going to have you lose your sight, and we're going to do that by having you put on these. What are these? They're towels, but we're not going to use them for towels. We're going to use these for blindfolds. And if you take it like this, wrap it up, put it around, and in the back, just pull it through once and pull it tight, and look at that.
It won't work.
Now, no. Oh, this is just the beginning.
Oh no.
Put your hand back out. Got another one for you. Take that. Take this. Take that.
Oh, these toothpicks taste like cupcakes.
Ew! What is wrong with you?
Hey, no judging.
Take this. And take this. All right. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, if you think that was a lemon, stand up. Kiwi.
Nope.
Apple. Dragon fruit. Mango. Orange. Lime or papaya. Okay, that was the dragon fruit.
Yay!
Okay, so next one.
I don't have a toothpick in my hand anymore.
Here, take this. Take this. Pinch the in between your fingers.
I can't feel the thingy.
There you go.
Oh, like, where
There
is
you
it?
go.
Maddie, are you over there? Wait, no. Maddie's there.
Here you are.
Wait, Lucy?
And here you
I'm
go.
on your right.
Okay, I'm gonna count at 3. 1, 2, 3, go. All right. How many of you think that was the papaya? How many of you think it was the lime? Okay, we got one for the lime. How many think it was the lemon? Aha, good job. Okay, have a seat. We'll quickly rush to the next one.
Lemon seed in mine.
All right, take this.
Oh my god.
Take this.
It was switched.
I did lime. I mean lemon.
Take this.
Wait, was it lemon?
My lemon had a seed in it. So did
Yeah, it was a lemon.
I felt the sourness. It was like it hit me right away.
I want to smell it.
With my
No,
sense
that's
of
cheating.
touch.
No smell.
No smelling?
Nope,
Nope.
nope. Don't do anything until it goes into your mouth. Okay, go.
What?
All right, how many think that was the mango? All right, how about the papaya?
Crickets.
How about the apple?
Oh, yeah.
Good job, it was the apple.
Yeah, it was good.
Now, I have one left. Now, if you're paying very close attention, you might know what this last item is.
No!
Okay.
No, it's gonna be sour!
Put out your hand.
No!
Put out your hand.
So sour. It's gonna be sour! It's gonna be so sour! Wait, there's so
Okay, here you are.
No!
Put out your hand.
Actually, no, it's gonna be so
Here
good.
you go,
It's
here
gonna be
you
good.
are.
It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be
One,
delicious.
2, 3. Put it in. Okay, kids, you can take your blindfolds off.
So good.
Oh, how many of you know what that is? What was it?
Lime!
Lime. Good job. Kids, I think you did pretty well. Any of you get every single one right?
Me?
Did you get them all right?
I
Did you? Kaden, I think I may have seen you stand up on one. Yeah. And Lucy, how about you? Did you get got one wrong? How about you, Molly? Got one wrong? All right, you kids did really well. Thank you for participating in our test today, and we'll see you all in a little while.
Hey, that was really fun. That lemon must have been really sour. Did you see the looks on their faces? I don't think they were expecting that. I mean, they knew there was going to be a lemon in there somewhere, but I kind of caught them off guard, I think. So have you ever felt like something has just caught you off guard and you weren't expecting it, you didn't see it coming, and it just hit you out of nowhere? Well, a couple of years ago, my daughter Maggie got hit in the head with a soccer ball really hard. She was not even playing soccer. She was on the track at track practice, and the high school boys were practicing at the same time. So one of the guys was shooting a goal. It was a really bad shot, went way off course, and hit Maggie right in the head. She was looking that direction, but she didn't see it coming. She wasn't expecting it. It just hit her, knocked her flat onto the ground, and actually gave her a pretty bad concussion. Well, if sometimes the things at life come at us like that, things that we aren't expecting, and they just hit us out of nowhere. And so I think a lot of people feel that way about this virus that's going around. You know, when we were in the middle of practicing for the musical a couple of months ago, I had no idea that this is what my spring was going to be like. You know, I thought I'd be going to school in the mornings and watching track meets and soccer games and driving kids around everywhere and going to church. And I never dreamed that I would be standing here recording something to put online for you to watch because we wouldn't be able to meet all together at church. I think that caught us all off guard a little bit. And as much as we would love to be there at church together, and as wonderful as that place is, and I hope you recognize this quote, I know that you sixth graders will. As wonderful as that place is, it's nothing more than a building. The true church are the people of God. And we're all right here. We haven't lost a thing. So the church of God has always had to be flexible, right? Sometimes they met on hillsides. They met down by the river. They met in fields and pastures. They meet all over the world still today, like in dark basements, hidden away. They meet in movie theaters and in school, cafeterias, sometimes in their own buildings, and sometimes online like this. It's not ideal, but it's not going to last forever either. And soon, hopefully sooner than later, we will all be back together again at church, and it'll be like a big family reunion. But in the meantime, the Bible tells us in 2 Corinthians 5:7 that we should walk by faith. As believers, we walk by faith and not by sight. Even if we're blindfolded, even if we can't see what's coming, even if we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, and we don't understand why things are happening the way they are, we can trust God. He is good. No matter what's happening in the world, no matter what's happening in our individual lives, God is good all the time, and He is in control. So we can trust Him. So while we are at home, what does it look like to live by faith, to trust God? I want to challenge you this week, while you have a bunch of extra time at home and with your family, to spend some extra time in prayer. Prayer is one of those things that during our normal busy lives, we sometimes have a hard time fitting in. And because we don't intentionally make time for it. But now with this extra time, I just want to encourage you to make sure that you spend time in prayer. So many things to pray for. We can pray for the people who are sick, right? And people who are well, that they continue to stay healthy. Pray for our leaders who are making all kinds of difficult decisions about how to contain the virus and how that's going to affect the community. Pray for scientists who are studying the virus and trying to figure out, well, how does it spread and what is the best way that we can take care of people who are sick and to keep people healthy and keep them from getting sick. And while you're praying, also remember families who might have been hit financially by all of the closures, and they might have taken a financial hit because of that, or lost their jobs because of that, and keep them in your prayers. Also remember to be thankful. I'm just actually really thankful for a little break in my busy life and some extra time to spend with my family. I'm thankful that even though we're kind of in the middle of a crisis, there's no food shortage, right? And we have running water still. We have electricity. We have homes. And losing some of those freedoms that we're used to, like being able to move around and being able to meet together, really makes me thankful that we live in a country where we have those freedoms. And when they're taken away from us in a short time, we realize how important those are to us. But there are countries where that's not allowed. And there are curfews and people have to be in at certain times and they can only go out to certain places and they can't meet together to worship. And those aren't freedoms that they enjoy. So I'm also really thankful for that. So just want to encourage you this week to spend some time in prayer. And we'll see you next week online and hopefully see you soon at church. All right, bye.